Howdy guys, how's it going? We are going to be taking another look at the old new Renetti pistol, but today this one's going to be kind of just focusing on the semi-automatic single fire, not the burst. Like this right here is the way that I like to run it if I'm going to run it in single fire, kind of as a primary standalone weapon, and then you know I have the riot shield on my back. And this is one, I mean this handgun, where it's a new weapon, you know, it's kind of not necessarily OP, but I mean when you have the burst mode on it, it's pretty OP. But in single fire, you can easily lose some gunfights. I mean, there's really not a perfect way to run this thing in semi-auto. Like I said, I'm not trying to downplay it because I mean it's still phenomenal, and it definitely at bare minimum holds its own with all the other pistols in single fire. But I'm going to be starting out going on and throwing on the monolithic suppressor. Since we're going to be playing free for all, we're going to kind of keep it with a relatively stealthy setup. Now, one thing that people have commented, especially in some of the older pistol videos up to this point, when I say old, you know, I'm talking about like a month and a half, whatever. When it comes to adding on extended barrels, which is what we're going to be doing with the barrel attachment for our second attachment. Now, obviously, we got a monolithic suppressor on the front. That gives you range. We got a longer barrel. That gives us range. And some people mentioned about, you know, why are you dealing with range with a handgun? But see, if you want to stick with this thing as a primary and not as a secondary to really switch out and want super fast, you know, pull up time for these people, quick ADS time, then giving yourself just that much extended range can help you win gunfights when you're pushing those medium range engagements. And our ADS time, since this is a pistol, is still going to be way beyond what most of your submachine guns and especially your ARs and stuff are going to be, so it's not anything to concern yourself with by throwing on a heavy muzzle attachment and that extended barrel. Thirdly, we're going to be going down throwing on the lightweight trigger, of course, because since this thing right here has got, you know, we're going single fire and the damage is kind of low compared to some of the other handguns and just other weapons in general, and we're going to be playing core. Being able to rattle off those rounds as quick as possible is going to come in very handy, especially in close range engagements. You can get by with the match grade trigger, but the lightweight trigger is a much better option for this setup as a whole. Then scooting over to ammunition, throw on that 27 round mag, because like I said, we're dealing with 9mm ammunition, so just being able to take and have as many on hand as you can before you have to reload can really help you snag those double, triple, quad kills, whatever comes your way. And then finally, since this is going to be a standalone primary with the old riot shield on our back, we're going to be throwing the F-Tac Satis CS-X stock. Okay, this gives us that little foregrip on the end, gives the stock in the back. It gives the gun a very good feel on your screen, and it plays out very well in game. So like, don't even pay attention to the stats when it's talking about the mobility and all that garbage. Like, it really, you don't even notice it. And then for a full class rundown, we got the riot shield in the primary slot. I don't know why my garbage is not loading. There we go. Then in our secondary, we got the Renetti setup like I just showed you guys. Then for our perks, I'm gonna be running Scavenger Ghost and Tune Up in this game, but that doesn't necessarily tie in with this class. That's just some stuff that I'm messing around with. The Scavengers, just, you know, in the event that we start popping off the old Pistole, then we can replenish our ammo. We don't necessarily have to keep our fingers crossed that we run into somebody who's packing 9mm rounds. We got Ghost, because free for all, you know, personal radars and UAVs are used all the time. And then finally Tune Up, that's just so that my dead silence will charge up that much faster. Then for our lethal, we're sticking with the frag grenade, and for our tactical, we are sticking with the old stun grenade. And before we hop into the gameplay, I just want to take and say that I'm always reading the comments, trying to reply to the ones that I can. Every now and then, for whatever reason, they don't show up my notifications, and sometimes I get to them late. But just wanted to give a shout out. Izzy Rose commented that her boyfriend really likes my videos, so you know what? His name is Devin. Howdy, Devin. Really glad that you enjoy my content. I'm glad to have you as a subscriber and hope to see you around the whole life of the channel. And then somebody else took and commented that they wanted me to say Carol Baskins, because I know that the Tiger King's a big do-jig right now. So I mean, there you go, Carol Baskins. One of my friends actually has that as his like Treyarch gamer tag or whatever, so you might see his gamer tag pop up in a future video. It might even be in one of my past ones, I don't even quite remember. But yeah, Carol Baskins, howdy Devin. So now let's hop into a free-for-all and give this Renetti a run for its money. So we got free-for-all shoot house. We're in core now. Unfortunately, as I was searching for a match, it said it was searching for lobbies with like 158 or 185 ping or something along those lines. So odds are I am going to have a handful of you know, ping spikes and stuff going on up here. Hopefully it'll stay riding out around 70 or 80. That's more than doable. But anyways, let's just hop right in. Now, as you can see right off the rip, the ADS time is not like insanely fast, but it's definitely not insanely slow either. So we're just going to see what we can make work out. But now once you throw this stock attachment on here, bro, let me tell you, this thing straight up, the only reason if you ain't getting kills or if you're missing, it's 100% on you. We got these things flying in and around town all around, so I've got to adjust my game audio as well because right now I'm having a hard time hearing some of this stuff. But the fact that we got the monolithic suppressor and the extended barrel and everything else does not directly correlate with the fact that we'll be able to win long range engagements, because the damage and stuff basically, you know, I mean, it's still the same because it is the Renetti. It's only a 9mm. Now, I mean, that stands alone to say that a couple of the other handguns like the M19, hello there, sir, get out of my toaster oven, baby. I don't need none of that in here. Oh my god, we done went halfway popping off with this Renetti setup, bros. I'm gonna say that and then just flip and get it stuck in my toe, like in between my toes, just right by the time I get it, like, you know, to doing decent. Oh, we got that guy coming right there. We got this guy right here. Hit him with a little bit of a droop shoot. We're going to take and hit the old dead silence. That way they can't hear us creeping up on him. But by God, that timing though. And we was right on top of him, and he still didn't hear Jack Diddley. And we got a dang VSAT. I about don't want to call this in, but I'm going to because I got it, and that's just how things have to be. But yeah, like I said, we got this Renetti. Now I know that the Akimbo Renetti setup, I just about killed myself with my own goddamn VSAT. But you know what? That ghost character done went and come around and finished it off for us. My best Renetti class setup with a 3-round burst. I'm really surprised that it has been underperforming in comparison to the Akimbo. Just because, I mean, most people, I don't see why you would want to run Akimbo as like a primary, secondary setup. But, you know, if that's how you like to rock and roll, mate, then by all means go for it. Where am I getting shot from? There he is. Oh, you know what? We're going to dip. We're going to play this fool, bro. It feels so good to be back in the pistol game. Let me tell you, like, just been playing all these other things, been getting carried away with Warzone, and you know how Warzone is, bro. Like, Warzone just sucks you in. I think that's Battle Royale game modes in general. And I wish my VSAT would take a little bit of a sit down, because it's going to cause this game to be over way too soon by the way it's popping off kills and the way I'm popping off kills right here. Man, and look, I've been up all night, and I'm still able to pop off some crisp gameplay, though. I mean, I know some of my games I underperform, but, like, you give me a good semi-auto handgun or just semi-auto weapon in general and give me a map that we all know and love, and then we can make a little bit of magic happen. Now, I've been debating wanting to do some some nuke attempts, because, like, this sounds like something that, like, a lying 5-year-old would say, but I mean, like, unless I actually put my mind to it, the odds of me getting a nuke or something like that isn't something that's really just going to happen by happenstance. And since I've really been picking up on the YouTube content, I normally have a set objective that I'm trying to accomplish with each video, and it's like definitely not necessarily tied into having the most, you know, effective game in terms of KD or streaks and so on and so forth. So, like, in the event of, you know, getting a nuke, oh, my wiener dog, that right there is one of them little tank do-jigs that I do not want any dealings with, because that thing, it will screw you over right quick, fast, in a hurry. And the other thing you got to keep in mind, one of them things is in the map, the fact that it affects how other people rotate, because where you can see it, can we drop shot this bro? No, okay. I kind of felt like that distance right there would be pushing the envelope a little bit for a semi-auto drop shot with a Renetti. Because this thing, I mean, like, when you look at it, it takes quite a few bullets. So you have to be right on the cash money if you're going to want to take and, you know, consistently pop people. It's something that, like, don't stick your nose up at it right when you start using it, because it can take warming up and a bit of getting used to. But as you can see, though, bro, especially if you ever get dialed in with headshots, or if you want to use this bad boy in hardcore, you won't have an issue at all with just, you know, absolutely dominating whoever you're playing with, whether it's free-for-all, team deathmatch, you want to get into some objective game modes and play around with it. Let's throw this over here. Oh, I knew he was going to come. He was one bullet, bro. He was one bullet. The guy did come around there with one leg. Couldn't have got him. I bet we bent down and shot right around his bad leg. And we shot that man's cowboy hat right off the top of his head. And the game didn't want to give it to us. You know what? I guess it wanted to cut him a break. It wanted to cut him a break. I think that guy's been getting slammed pretty hard. Let's get a little bit of a hip fire action. Go straight into it. See if we can get something with a little bit more range right here. See if we get somebody pushing. No, but can we get a headshot? Did we get a headshot? I don't know, but we went 30 and 12, bro. Solid game. Nothing to write home about. But this Renetti class, bro, if you like the pistols, if you like the Renettis, if you like the flipping single fire anything, give it a go. Like, if you use this handgun without the stock as a secondary and then you throw the stock on there, you'll understand like how accurate you can actually make this handgun. So, you know, play around with it. Just let me know how you like it. I'm actually going to be dropping another video just for fun after this one, where I'm going to be working with the oil can suppressor on this Renetti, just because I thought it was goofy, but it turns out to be a pretty, I mean, formidable setup. So anyways, be sure to check that out. Check out some of my past videos if you haven't already. If you're new, please subscribe. Check out some of the other content. Let me know what kind of stuff you'd like to see. This, that, and the other. Share with your friends. And until the next one, adios.